Hi there, Cancer Sun and Rising. Welcome to your September 2023 Astro Update. It's Raina here. Well, you have a lot of energy that is supportive because some of these transits make nice angles to Cancer, whether it be your sun sign or your ascendant. As we begin the month, the sun is in Virgo, and that is a sextile to you. That is coming from the third house, and the third house is the house of communication, of teaching and learning. I always think of cancers as teachers. I'm perfectly aware that not every cancer person does that for a living, but I think it is one of those signs that is very associated with that profession. And as such, if you are somebody who is looking for a teaching job, this may very well be the month that this happens for you. So, um, anyway, on the 3rd of the month, Venus turns direct at 12 degrees, 12 minutes of Leo. I love that. I love the repeating numbers, which it's very wild how this is happening. The eclipse in Libra next month is going to be 21/21 of Libra, a solar eclipse. So this is 12/12, and that's the juxtaposition of those numbers as well. That is wild. So anyway, this is your second house of earned income. So there may have been something to do with your finances that needed to be really dealt with internally. Cancer as a sign, this is something that I personally feel about Cancer, is that money to you is something that makes you feel safe. And because Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon in astrology, in part, is our feelings of safety, I think that might be one reason why. But I think the biggest reason is because the sign of Cancer rules the fourth house of home and family. And this is this is our retreat from the world, and where we feel that nurturing from loved ones that makes us feel safe from this outer world that, involves all these strangers. There's like this sense of familiarity with the home front. And so your finances may be connected to that in a sense, and, emotionally. So something may have happened here. Maybe you even experienced a little bit of financial, not having as much ease in your being able to earn money. I don't know how many people can relate to that, but if you did, this is really good news, because now things are starting to rock and roll, and you will have at least a month of Venus remaining in this area. So that is very good news, and things should start to move forward and kind of, hasten pace as we get to the end of the shadow period. But also another thing too is Venus is the ruler of the second house, so it has a direct connection to it. Venus is the attractor, so I feel like you're going to be a money magnet for this period of time. On the 4th, the very next day, the other benefic planet, besides Venus, Jupiter, goes retrograde. And this is at 15 degrees of Taurus, and this is a friendly angle to you coming from the 11th house, which is the house of gains. That's another money connection, financial connection. Jupiter is a planet connected to finances, and the 11th house has that connection through the gains, the profit that you make. And Jupiter here is, let me tell you what just jumped into my mind. What profiteth a man if he gains the world and loses his soul? So, Jupiter retrograde can have you really thinking about ethical things that connect with the money that you are earning, or if you have been earning more money lately, do you feel comfortable with that? Do you think that it is okay on a spiritual level that this is happening, or do you feel that it is a corrupting influence? Also, this area is having to do with, you may have expanded your social network for some reason, Cancer, and you may have to kind of dial it back because it's getting too out of control. I can't explain to you why that would be, but I do feel that some of you, with Uranus also here, that some of you are making some interesting connections that maybe even in group form that have like implications for things connected to, like, even I would say, this sounds kind of outlandish, but some cancers, especially if you have the moon in like an air sign or Sagittarius, a fire sign like Sagittarius, where you may want to live in a communal setting, which I would not think of the typical cancers wanting to do. But let's say you have the moon in Aquarius. This is Aquarius's domain, by the way, the 11th house. You may be a little bit atypical as a Cancer, where you don't necessarily want to just have a traditional family. You would rather have a group as a family. So some of that may be kind of tossing and turning within you with this Jupiter retrograde, because you're trying to balance it with your own values and your own growth. Because I think that for Cancers, this could afford you a great growth opportunity to be in that environment if it presented itself to you and you felt like intrigued by it at the very least. Because, well, maybe because my sun is in Sagittarius, I just personally feel that anytime that we challenge our natural inclinations, that it can be a good thing, create that expansive quality, but also in terms of being, having a tendency to just stick to your own kind and your own people, your family, or your, close inner circle of friends. It can feel very safe, but it doesn't necessarily bring in what we call new blood, new stimulation. And it can lead to just staying in that comfort zone instead of like really expanding, which is what Jupiter is requiring of you in this time that it is transiting Taurus in that 11th house. So on the 14th, the new moon is at almost 22 degrees of Virgo. So it's in that third house. So you may experience some new opportunities with teaching or learning something. That's the other thing. You could be acquiring new skills for whatever reason. Maybe because with that solar eclipse, you're going to have, well, I should say you're going to have a full moon in the 10th house. Well, I'll get to that in a minute, but there's a lot of triggers to your career sector as well as your home sector, and you may kind of like sense that you're kind of having these opportunities present themselves. Maybe even what happened with that solar eclipse in Aries back in April, you may have gotten offers, but you feel that you need more training and this can't to fully take advantage of something. So this could be it. This is also social media. So that can be like somebody who launches their website, but the very next day, Mercury goes direct. So Mercury has been retrograding. And it has been retrograding in the very, it started its retrograde at the very degree that the new moon is at. So there could be some connection there. That something that was delayed or that you were rethinking is directly connected to a new opportunity that presents itself. When it comes to, anything with communication. On the 23rd, the sun goes into Libra, so the sun goes into the house that you rule, the fourth house. So that, makes it very comfortable for you during this time because you can work with these energies very astutely. You are the domestic goddess, Cancer. Even you men, domestic gods. On the 29th, we have a full moon at 6 degrees of Aries, the opposite sign of Libra. So full moon in the 10th house could be career recognition for some people, which could mean that for some people could be finishing some kind of project, career recognition, where you feel the sense of accomplishment, that you have done something, and perhaps other people are oohing and eyeing it. And for some people, it could be that you're moving on from a career, maybe even retirement for certain individuals. Definitely in the next year, you can expect that this area is going to be further triggered by eclipses, so that when 2025 comes around, things may be quite different for you in terms of your career and your home life. Okay, well, that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double readings, which are, I have different package deals. I have the deep dive, which is an hour of natal chart interpretation and an hour of transits for a special price compared to buying those readings separately. I also have one with the tarot, which is either astrology reading plus the tarot reading, called the combo platter. I changed it because now I have a new package, which is the 2 astrology readings plus a full-length tarot reading for a special price, called the whole enchilada. So you can find out more information about those readings. And I also have standalone readings besides the readings that I have mentioned above. I also have a career reading. So this might be very apropos for people that are in transition and maybe they want some kind of either validation or ideas that their natal chart might suggest. What else? All kinds of readings, love readings or relationship readings, even readings for a child's chart. That's not reading to a child, but about a child. That's my newest reading. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at RainaMoonAstrology.com. Thank you for listening. Bye.